Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Innovation Impact Makers, where we meet people quietly making a difference in the world of innovation. My guest today is Tal Malca Salhuv. She's the CEO of RNA Way. Tal, I want to ask you, you have been working, as long as I've known you, have been working in the area of agricultural tech and food tech. Why is this area so important, and why does it need technology to help solve issues in the area?
Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, I choose ag tech and food tech because I care deeply about sustainability and the future of where we live and where my kids will grow. And I think the way we grow food has a direct impact on ecosystem, biodiversity, and animal life. I believe that innovation, as you said, why technology here? Because I believe innovation in agriculture can play a major role in protecting the environment that we're living in and the food that our children and grandchildren will eat. So that's why.
When we first met, you were CEO of a company called Bob Food Tech, which was a
Yeah.
startup. So one of my questions is, why are you drawn to startups? What is the attraction of working in startups for you?
I think I did it the opposite way. Usually people start in startups and then continue to corporates, and I did it like reverse. I think startups has the highest potential of creating an impact change. They are faster. They can look at a specific problem with a different angle, and the corporates that has different interests they're coming clean. So I think that's the most important, and I like the name they of it. It makes me feel 10 years younger, and my mind does not stop working all the time. I think since I've been to the startup area, I really feel first I'm stopping Alzheimer, and two I'm in an area that can create a real impact.
What are the pressures of a CEO in a startup?
First, fundraising, as you know, without funding, we cannot continue the development. So there's always this pressure. And I think that my responsibility inside the organization, our workers and my colleagues and my employees is first. So they will have a secure place to work with. And that's one. And the second is, of course, the investors that believed in us and to show them, of course, that we are doing everything we can to get to commercialization and to get them the return of the investment.
Tell us a little bit about RNA Way. What everybody's heard of mRNA with respect to COVID. So what is RNA Way with respect to plants?
Well, maybe I'll start a little bit about what is RNA, because there's mRNA, as you mentioned, in COVID and vaccines. The RNA that is usually been developed in technologies of crop protection and agriculture is RNAi, which is the I stands for interference. So RNA can silence essential genes in pests, in pests, in pathogens. And the best thing about it, it enables the high target crop protection, because you target a specific gene and you don't impact any other beneficial organism. So for example, if I use RNA towards full armyworm and I spray it, I'm just like describing it very, very on the surface, but if I spray it on plants and a bee will come and drink from this spray, nothing will happen to the bee because I'm targeting only the specific genome of full armyworm. So I think that's why RNA is on focus now in agriculture. It does not hurt the biodiversity. It's very specific, not like other chemicals with a very wide influence. And RNA Way in specific, we take RNA discoveries and make them into real crop protection products. The major weakness of RNA, it does not, for agriculture, not for vaccines, it does not survive in an agricultural environment. It degrades easily. This is the first. And without any technology that will protect it and also get it to the target, because even if you will protect it, but it won't reach the target, what is supposed to active, then there's no use for it. So our development, our big IP, is regarding the protection and the delivery of the RNA to the specific target. So RNA is proven already to show impact on potential genomes of plants and pests. But without the delivery, it cannot reach the target it's active in. So that's the most important thing. That's what we do.
You mentioned the delivery. What is that and how does it work?
Our IP delivery is created out of the molecules that are novel, that invented in the lab of Professor Avi Schroeder in the Technion. And the way they work is they encapsulate the RNA. We have around 95% encapsulation rate, which is a very high one for delivery systems. And after it encapsulates them, it carries them and releases them in the target size. I won't get too deep into the technology. I'm not a chemist or a scientific myself, but we produce it in a way it has a stability shelf life. It can go within the roots or within the leaf and then create systemic distribution. And you can use it in uptakes of irrigation or spray. And when it reaches the target, then the RNA, you can say, sets free and create the curative or the preventative action.
You mentioned it's for crop protection. So you have to make, specific solutions for specific crops. What crops are you working on right now, for example?
So RNA waste started as finding a solution to a big problem, which is called grapevine leaf roll disease. It's a virus that attacks vines, and after it attacks the vine, there is no solution. So there is no effective way to treat it except from taking it out of the roots, which is very painful financially and emotionally for people who own vineyards. So this is the first problem we started the company on to solve. We already have a solution. We are working on other targets. We worked on several ones. I won't mention the names here because some of them are a collaboration with partners that I'm not sure it's okay to disclose. And on specific, on different crops, from tomatoes, cucumbers, to soybean and corn. So we have different kind of pathogens we're working on and different kind of crops. Both of them matters. Each time a specific crop and a specific pathogens need a different treatment. So for each one of them, we are working with this.
Who are the customers? The customers would be large companies, specific farmers.
Great question. Yeah, we are B2B. So farmers know. Farmers will be the customers of our customers. So mainly work with our agrochemical and biological companies, BASF, FMC, Bayer, Syngenta, Corteva, Koppert, etc.
So how is the solution brought to the actual crops? You're growing a crop and you have to spray it on. What's the process?
So it depends on the application you are currently using. Because some crops do not use spraying. They use irrigation. Some crops do not use irrigation. They use only spray. Some do not use both. So we try to develop an application that is already using the existing method of the farmer. We are not trying to invent a new application, and we try to combine with it. So if you, for example, take the GLD, the grapevine leaf roll disease, farmers spray, and they spray every 2 or 3 weeks. So we use their methodology, and we create an application that will fit it. So with the GLD, we spray. Other solutions, you can use irrigation. So it really differentiates between a target and a crop.
I noticed that Professor Oded Shasayov is involved, and he's a serial entrepreneur. I understand he's very active in finding solutions from nature. What role is his lab and his research playing in the company?
Yeah, so actually Oded Shasayov is a scientific founder. He I don't know if you know, but Oded Shasayov also have vineyards. He has Bravdo, which is it's amazing Israeli boutique wine. And he has vineyards in Karmei Yosef in Israel. And he experienced this problem of GLD himself and as a vineyard grower. And when he met Professor Avi Schroeder, he told him about his problem. They actually met after a summit in a connection flight. When they were waiting for the connection flight, and he shared that he had just a major problem and almost 2 million shekels he lost when he had to take out the vine, and there's no current solution. And he had a thinking about an RNA solution, but it cannot work in fields because it does not survive. And then Avi said, okay, let's I'm just too romantic a shortcut, but let's create something that will work with the RNA and can help this specific problem. So that has a major part of founding this company. And in his lab was doing all the agronomist trials. And in his field as well, in his vineyard as well, we sprayed on his vines. And he developed all the agronomist side. The chemical side was in Professor Avi Schroeder, and the agronomist side was at Oded's lab.
I just want to highlight for my viewers that this is a common way for innovation to happen, especially here in Israel, with people talking and networking with each other and finding a problem and having a problem and a solution appearing itself for you from some other direction. It's amazing how this happens. What other applications are there? Any other applications besides agricultural ones for the company's technology for RNA Way?
No, we are focusing on agriculture and crop protection especially. We're also going to target crop enhancement and maybe herbicides, but first crop protection.
Herbicides meaning that you could, without using any chemicals, you just use RNA to actually prevent insects from doing damage. Is that what you mean?
This is herbicides. It's actually destroying herbs.
I'm
Uh,
sorry.
sure. No, pesticides that's what you just said, and correct. It's not just RNA. As I
Hmm?
explained in the beginning, without the delivery mechanism, a protection mechanism, the RNA will not survive. So it's RNA plus our delivery technology, and also formulation that will help it go through believed to the plant itself or from the roots. But yes, it's an RNA-based solution because the active ingredient is the RNA.
Okay, sounds absolutely amazing. Did I just give you another idea for pesticide?
No, pesticide is the first. Crop protection, I take pesticide as one of the first. We developed virucides, which is not really a word in agriculture, like pesticide, virucide, something. And then we also touch fungicides and pesticides. So these three are in the world of crop protection. Herbicides is mainly to destroy herbs that are growing in your garden or in your field, and you don't want them right now, and you don't want to use chemicals that destroy all other plants in the area. And crop enhancement is when you want to target a specific gene of the plant in order to be, I don't know, better uptake for water or better resistant with dry environments, with hot environments, or you wanted to produce more crops. So this is also a possible way of working with RNA in agriculture.
So if you're going into, let's say, pesticide, each insect would have to have its own, you'd have to inject a kind of a cocktail, which is the common insects that attack each crop. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes. So RNA is very specific, and for each pest has its own genome, and we have to target it with a different RNA sequence.
I understand it, you only affect the genome that you're targeting. You don't affect anything else along the way.
You learn
Okay.
fast, Naftali. Yeah, yeah. So,
Being in the world of innovation, you have to learn fast.
so yeah, exactly. That's the most beneficial thing about RNA. That's why people want to use it in agriculture because you only hit a specific target. You do not change anything except for that.
And how long has RNA Way been in business?
Yeah, so RNA Way was first academically founded in the Technion and the University with the Sushayev and Avi Schroeder. And the first investment in the company was in 2021 by Kopia, which is an ag and food venture, an Israeli one. They founded the company commercially in 2021, but actually the first worker in the company was in 2022. So real activities is 3 years, around 3.5 years already. And the CTO of the company was the PhD who did his PhD on this specific molecule, Dr. Aviram Avital. He's been working in the company first as a PhD and then as the first worker of RNA Way.
Amazing. So where do you see yourself and what impact do you hope to make in 2 to 3 years' time with this technology?
We see ourselves as, I can say, the engine of new RNA discoveries and development from the idea to the field because we have the main quality of the delivery. And also we already did all the stages needed towards developing new RNA products with a lot of collaborations. So I think we want to scale fast and have more and more solutions being developed in our engine. It's very early, but if you say like 4 years, so we want to become the highest scalable engine for new RNA products.
It's interesting that you mentioned engine. Is part of your business model to license it to customers and they'll use the engine to develop their own solution?
Yes, thank you for clarifying it. Exactly, this is the model. So we, as I said in the beginning, we're not B2C. We don't want to distribute or commercialize the end products. We want to work with companies that already have the system and allow them take or an RNA they already cracked as an RNA sequence but does not have a solution in field, or that they have a problem and they want us also to sequence and target the specific gene that needs to be taken care of. And when you look at this problem, so they can come with us with a problem that is valid in the world of RNA, because not all problems can be worked in the world of RNA, or that they already started working on it, but they don't know how to make a product, and we can do that for them. So the licensing and royalties model is our model to work with.
Amazing. Thank you for joining us. Very, very interesting.